It is my pleasure and my honor to introduce to you the CEO of United Hospital Center. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bruce Carter. Mr. Carter.
I got one person before me.
That was Wayne.
I think that's my wife or something. No. Okay, I didn't really have a lot of prepared information this morning, except to tell you that in about 30 minutes, we'll start transporting our first patient. The staff have worked really hard to prepare the new hospital. We've really been moving for about 4 weeks. We've been planning for 2 years. There's an incredible amount of stuff in a hospital this size, which I just got reminded in the last few weeks when you start moving it piece by piece. It's a massive sequence. It was well planned. And so that part of the process is going well. All the technology is in place at the new hospital. We've actually already admitted a few patients at the new hospital and are being cared for. The emergency department opened at 5 a.m. over there. In order to protect our community, we've kept a skeleton staff for the emergency room here in case anybody comes in here today until we close the hospital later this afternoon. We'll have security here at that point after we close this hospital, just in case anybody would come here to instruct them to go to the new hospital. We also have surgery open at the new hospital. At our size, we generally have emergencies every day and every night, so we'll be doing those today at the new hospital. Again, just to be safe, we have surgeries open here in case a patient would need that here, or a patient would come in here and we need to do it on this side. Same thing for the cath labs for heart attacks. We are open and ready at the new hospital. We also have a cath lab open here. Again, we'll continue to run the cath lab and the surgery and the ER here until we finish transporting our patients. And I can come back over here and officially close this hospital. We have about 100 patients to transport today. That's lower than we expected. We expected about 175, but I'm sure the physicians and the families and the patients have been working very hard to figure out if they can in any way control the admission for elective work. They would put it off till next week, so I'm sure we're going to be very busy tomorrow as we ramp back up to our normal census at the new hospital. Again, I'm real pleased with the process as it's going so far. Staff have done a great job in preparing for this move. And at this point in time, I'll take any questions.
Any questions?
How many people total are working today to keep this thing going?
One of the reasons we picked Sunday is because on Sunday you have your lowest census. Also, you generally have a very low amount of outpatients and elective work. Your ancillaries are generally not working, so it frees up a lot of staff who can then work on the move. We have a dedicated staff of RNs at the new hospital. We have a dedicated staff of RNs at this hospital, and nursing staff and others on the floors taking care of the patients. And then there's another group of nursing staff who are simply transporting the patients. Every patient will go in an ambulance. There's about 27 ambulances here today. And every patient will go with a nurse. As this hospital ramps down through the day, some of those staff will be released to then go to the new hospital as we ramp up on the floors and stay and work till the end of the shift, or go home because they'll be back tomorrow so they can rest. But generally speaking, everybody's working today. There are very few, except for the nurses that are the staff that are scheduled to work tonight. Generally, we change most of our shifts at 7 when the night shift comes on. So just about everybody will be working today, either tonight or today, in one of those roles. So it's probably around at least 1,500 staff are working.
What time do you guys plan on finishing wrapping everything up today?
Well, we don't know exactly, but again, we had thought we'd have a higher census. We were just planning to be careful. And it's good that it's a lot lower. So I expect we'll be probably finished around mid-afternoon, say 2 o'clock, somewhere in that range.
How soon will Highland Hospital take over this building?
Highland Hospital has scheduled with us that we'll deed this building over to them in December 1st. However, after that, they still have to go through the certificate of need process. I don't expect that they'll have that done by then, but they could. Then they have to do their financing and their remodeling. In talking to their leadership, they're planning on starting their remodeling of this facility around early spring, like March. They have about $37 million worth of remodeling to do to make this facility adaptable for psychiatric and behavioral medicine purposes.
You said some of the numbers, you expected 175 and there's actually only 100. Were people released, maybe a little earlier than they typically would be in anticipation for the move, or was it protocols used as usual?
I don't really know. Discharges are a medical decision that only a licensed physician can make. So that decision was made by each physician, each attending, and their patient. I am certain that many patients went home last night, this morning. Maybe they would have stayed another day, but the physicians would have felt that was safe so that they don't have to be transported unnecessarily. And I think most of it is really not early discharging so much as it is not being admitted. UHC has a very large surgical program, and a lot of those surgeries are scheduled. The majority of those surgeries every day, the vast majority, over 80%, are scheduled. And so that can be put off, and I think that's really what affects the dampening of the census is the delay of surgery. So I expect we'll be very busy in the next couple of weeks catching up on the surgery schedule. Yes?
Have you guys hit any road bumps so far? As everything seemed to be going pretty smoothly?
Everything's going smoothly. There really haven't been any road bumps. I spent most of yesterday at the new hospital, and it's really in great shape. Even the offices, which I expected would be doing next week, people have really worked hard night and day. The staff coming in on their own, putting things away, cleaning, and the new hospital is much further along than I thought it would be. And I think the credit for that goes to Jackie Brummage and the move coordinator and a lot of the other people who have been responsible, Mike Tillman, who's been really responsible for today's move of the patients, and others. And I just think when it goes this smoothly, it's a testament to those people's planning.
Any other questions?
Okay, well, I really appreciate you coming by today. We'll do a good job, and looking forward to getting to the new hospital. And if you have anything you need today, I'll be here all day. Just, bring me up. Okay? All righty, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Carter.
See you.